Whitney. Keep it cute.
All right, you guys. Good evening. What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now, let's get into this, shall we? Welcome you guys to another episode of Uncommon Opinions. Let's go ahead and get the cast in, shall we? Hey, Miss Sunny in the building. Hey, honey bunches. How you doing?
I am doing good. It's another week. I've had a great week, and I'm blessed to be here. How about you?
I'm good. You ready to get the show started?
I am. Let's get into it.
Oh, and last but certainly not least, Kay Daniels in the building. Hey, y'all.
What's
beautiful.
Up?
You made it.
You made it.
Hey. She
By
like
the grace of the Lord.
You needed your rest. So if you didn't make it, it would have been okay. Woo. You've been going, okay?
Yeah, girl, you sure have.
You've been
Congratulations
going.
again. I'm proud of you again. Like always.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me
Everything
get my
that's
light.
been going on, girl, you are like, I'm surprised you're here too, to be honest.
That's what I said. That's why when I saw it, I was like, I mean, we haven't started, you come in, but if not, girl, we was gonna hold it down for you.
Because you've been doing some really awesome stuff. Great.
Thank you.
You guys don't know what we're talking about. You head on over to Kay Daniels Design here on YouTube and check her out. Okay, she just had a wonderful weekend. We just had a wonderful weekend in Atlanta where we shot Jawan X Tiffany. Okay, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Jawan Harris and then look up Tiffany Evans. Okay, yeah. I know that name rings a bell, okay? Well, your girl styled her for a photo shoot that just was epic, okay? So today is booking busy, child. Booking busy, okay?
Then don't forget about Shein, the Shein.
Yes! And
yeah.
Also, she got here in the States, like this is not just funny. Got here in the city and had a exclusive interview with Shein, you guys, and it was awesome. They were saying she sounded like Beyonce, and she was like,
I don't sound like no Beyonce.
I said, yes, you did. Signed a woman from Texas. She said she sound like Beyonce. Oh my God, I heard that. I did. I heard it. She was like, the laugh. I was like, oh,
that was all in y'all head.
No. I heard it too.
I mean, you should take that compliment, girl. We saying you sound
like
Baby
Beyonce sounded country as hell.
No, but you
not
sound
no compliment.
No, you sound like greatness. That's what I got out of it. You know what I'm saying? You sound like an expert. You sound like greatness. Like it's
that was a cute way to spin it.
Yeah. I think it was more so the tone for me. Her tone. And it was more so for me. But anyways, you guys, we got a fun-filled packed night to you guys. We're going to be talking about I love hard, but somehow still cheap. And then don't get married if. All right. And then broke but still got love. Okay, so you know how we do it. Okay, to the left of me is my girl Sunny. Okay, so you get the first pick. What should we talk about first?
I love hard.
Okay, I love hard. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so this is actually a clipping that I got offline. All right, and let me put it on screen. Okay, it says, "When I love hard and still be cheating." Okay, Kia, let's talk.
She sound like a Pisces.
I'm a little confused.
She sound like a Leo.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
my
the
bad,
two could relate.
Kendria. She do, but she sound like a Leo.
Oh, baby, I'm not a Leo. I don't claim it. So I don't claim the zodiac. I'm a child of God.
So. Okay, so have you guys? Can y'all relate to this? That you love hard, but somehow you
no, that don't make any sense at all.
I don't relate to that at all because cheating is selfish. So if you love hard, in my mind, in my definition, I mean, I could be wrong, but if you love hard, you're not selfish. That means you're selfless. You know, so you're thinking about your spouse. So if you're still cheating, you ain't loving. You love yourself hard. She probably loved herself hard. She didn't tell us who she loved hard. She just said, "I love hard."
That's true.
She could love herself hard, because for you to love hard and still cheat, you in love with yourself and you thinking about yourself first and the other person later. So I'm gonna assume that's what she means, because she didn't put in context who she was loving.
Right. Hey, Flawless Beauty says, "Hey, Miss Whitney and guests, just stopping by. Love you too."
Hey,
that is true. That is so true. She didn't specify who she loved hard. I mean, one would assume she's talking about the opposite, but clearly, no, you can't. I just, you know what? Back in my younger days, okay, my heydays before I got married. I mean, I'll always say, you know, you single until you married. You know, what I'm saying? Although whenever I was in relationships, I valued them and I was respectful of who I was with. But I did do some cheating. I can't act as if I didn't. But it would be just more so like he cheated, so I'm a cheat type of stuff. But that was when I'm serious, when I was young or whatever. But as I got older, I just kind of was just like, I'm just gonna move around. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta do this, and then I realized with myself, if I give myself physically to somebody, meaning conversation, meaning body, I begin to lose attraction to you. So I'm just gonna move around. I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna continue in a relationship that's clearly not conducive. So I mean, you know, I don't see the point in cheating when you love hard, or you're head over heels for a person. That's all you see. Like, I mean, I find people attractive, but I know what I got at home. So it's like no comparison, you know what I'm saying? I will be.
It's like an automatic shutdown.
Yeah, it's like a. No.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
There's been times I've been had like a little, maybe like a split thought, but it was literally like a split thought. Like, no. Because then for me, I also think about the consequences that lead behind cheating. And I mean, I'm not really a really good liar, so I'm gonna eventually start telling you the truth. And then, you know, so I don't even like to have those type of confrontations. Like, you know, I know, you know, it's when you're with somebody, you're gonna argue. That's inevitable. But I never want that to be the argument. You know, I'd rather us argue about the TV versus me arguing about, you know, who was in whose phone and where you been and stuff like that. I mean, because it's never worth all that drama. And I don't know about y'all. Like, I personally feel like I would have more drama with the person I'm cheating with versus my spouse, because you know how side pieces get. They get jealous and want to blow up the spot. And then it's just like, now you got to deal with trying to hide this person. I would say back in my younger days, I cheated too. And, well, I don't know if this was cheating. I guess this would be cheating, because I like knew he and I was going to get back together. So I kind of hurry up and got my little fling real quick right before, because I knew we was gonna get back together. So I did it right before we got back together, and
no, that's not cheating. Well, y'all went together.
That's what I said, but apparently I lost that argument. So, but it was crazy because the guy who I was doing that with or whatever, he got crazy. And I remember one time, my boyfriend had dropped me off at work, and he would call me, like the other guy called me and was like, I'm about to tell your boyfriend about us. And I was like, what are you talking about? He told me, I'm currently following him down 20. What? Why are you following him down the freeway? He's like, yeah, I saw him drop you off. No, quit following him. Ever since then, I was like, yeah, I can't be cheating out here because somebody gonna get killed messing around with me. Yeah. So,
okay, what say you? You love Heart?
No, I definitely could never ever be a cheater. I'll be the one getting cheated on, number one. But number two, I just don't see how the two can correlate, because real love, according to the Bible, is selfless. Yeah. So, I'm just like, there's no way you could say that you love somebody and be okay with cheating. Right. Like, and have no conviction, have no issue with it. Like, go to them and then come home to the person that you're saying that you love. That's not, that makes no sense to me. So
at all.
I can't really relate. I don't really understand.
You don't have to. None of us can. All right.
I feel like if we can relate, then that means, we agree. Right.
And I mean, that was on. I don't know if she did that for shock value.
I think that's what that was.
Yeah, I think that was more so a shock value, because I couldn't imagine somebody be like, man, my settlement's exactly. I was thinking that, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, you are left alone with that one, okay?
Yeah, all right. I can't imagine somebody truly agreeing, like, no. That's just,
Well, Kay, which one would you choose? Oh, I think she dropped off for she muted. Okay. All right.
There we go.
No, you okay. I was going to ask you what
That's why I was muted.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead. I'm gonna skip you, and I'm
okay. Okay.
Okay. So, okay. Flawless Beauty, the fashion designer, says, and I subscribe to Kay Daniels, and I love your videos. I'm an up and coming fashion designer. Oh, thank you. New stuff. Thank you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Flawless is amazing. I got your stuff. You gotta remind me, child. I'll be crazy busy. Okay, so I want to get on Don't Get Married If, okay? So check this video out, you guys.
This sister right here has a pretty interesting take on marriage. I got to admit, I agree with much of what she's talking about, but let me know what y'all think.
I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all, all right? I love my husband. Like, I love that man to death. I love our relationship. I love what we have built together. I love being his wife. But if anything were to ever happen where we weren't together anymore, I would definitely not do this marriage shit again. I don't think people really understand the effort that goes into having a successful marriage. This shit is not easy. Do not believe that fairy tale shit that you see on TV. Just because you love each other does not mean your marriage is going to work. Love is not enough. It takes patience, understanding. It takes compassion. It takes consideration. It takes forgiveness. It takes selflessness. For the rest of my life, every decision I make, I have to think about how it's going to affect my husband. If you are not willing to have that level of consideration, do not get married. Now, me and my husband have been together for 13 years, married for 11. He knows me better than anyone else on this planet, and vice versa. We're at a point where most of our communication is nonverbal. With all that being said, there's still times where he'll do something and I'm like, this fucker don't know me at all. So after all the time and effort we put into learning one another, I'm supposed to turn around and go do that with someone else? Absolutely the not.
All right.
Well.
Yes, don't get married. Okay. So let me go on and just do my spiel. As a facilitated married woman, and Sonny, you can relate, you've been married. So the thing is this. Yes. She's absolutely right. Like, you know, marriage is ministry. I don't think people understand that, and that's why everyone isn't successful in marriage. And I say there's a difference between a successful and a perfect marriage. My marriage is not perfect. Is it successful? Yes, because we're still married. In the event that I get a divorce, it wasn't successful. I don't care what nobody says. Okay, I learned from it. It wasn't successful. Just like my ex, you know, that marriage, it didn't work. It wasn't successful. Me and my husband going into 10 years together, 9 years married. You know what I'm saying? Have we had our hiccups? Yes. And I still be waking up like she said, who the hell? Like, that's why when people tell me, oh yeah, we've been engaged for so and so amount of years, baby, I can't comprehend that. Me and my husband knew weeks in dating. He knew he wanted to marry me. Like, baby, if he was in here, I could tell him to tell you specifically. But I met him at a time where he was ready, for one. And then for two, I made it very clear, I'm not going to be your baby mama. I want to be married, and you're either going to meet that or you're not to move on. So I say all that to say that you never know a person. You would never know a person. That's why you got some people married for 35 years and didn't know he was an ex-murderer chopping up people around the corner. Okay. So you would never know somebody. So you got to be willing to get into something and be something for somebody else and consider them. I have to consider my husband with everything, even the freaking trip that I did to Atlanta, baby. If it was 10 years ago, I'm like, come on, okay, yeah, let's go. Where we going? Hey, all right, we'll go next weekend. No, ma'am. I got it, babe. How you feel about me going to, you know what I'm saying? I can have the kids taken care of. It don't matter. I have to consider what my husband thinks about it. You know what I'm saying? And take his views about stuff into consideration. Marriage is not easy. You can't just throw in a towel. That's when it becomes unsuccessful. That's when divorce is in play. Have I thrown it out there? Yes, we both have. But has it been implemented? No. It's hard, you know. And I'm with her. If whatever happened to me and Darren and we were to go our separate ways, I would not get remarried. And I say that now, you know what I'm saying? You always say that because I said that. Well, no, I didn't. With my ex, I said I believe in love. I want to get married again. So I already knew that. And I say that now because I'm just like, I'm in it, and I be thinking about we tend to think about all the bad times or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think I probably would, because I'll be so engulfed in my children and focusing on them or whatever the case may be. But marriage isn't easy, and do not get in it if you are getting in it because you want a wedding, you want kids, or whatever. No, it's ministry. And anybody know how ministry is? Oh, baby, you take a lot of losses. God compared marriage to the church. And if you know how messy, how hurtful the church can be, then you know how deep a marriage can be, how hurtful it can be at times, but how beneficial it can be at times. So if you're not mature enough, don't get married. I'm stepping off my soapbox. Ladies.
I would just say that I definitely agree. I've never been married before, but I definitely agree to what she's saying. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that people don't realize that it's about serving the other person. And so it kind of goes along with like what Sunny was saying. I think that was last week about like the having kids. Like she said, she didn't know if she want to have kids because she likes to only worry about herself, and she knows she can't worry about herself with kids. And so it's kind of the same thing when it comes to, having a mate or getting married. That's the way I look at it is, it's gonna be, I have to be more focused on that person. Like, not necessarily more than me, but I can't just only consider me and my feelings and my actions and me. I have to think about that person in the same breath. So, and when you get up, or your goals for the day needs to be also, what can I do to help that person? And I've heard people say, that's one of one of my favorite couples is Deval and Kadeen, and they talk about that a lot, how they focus on what the other person needs, and that's how they're able to keep the relationship successful, is because that's what they focus on. And so I do think that, especially a lot of people now in today's time, you know, people is all about self-care, like, I'm not worried about nobody else, what nobody else doing, what nobody else want. It's about me. And I feel like that's the wrong, you can't have that type of, you know, attitude when it comes to involving a marriage. So I could definitely see how, you know, you giving your all and doing all of that to one marriage and then it ended and then you got to start that over.
Girl.
I could see how that could be.
It's a lot, child. It's a lot. I didn't think I ever was going to. I ain't gonna lie. I told God, I was so bold. I was like, God, Jesus, if it ain't him, I don't want it. And maybe Jesus was like, girl, thank God. You know, the Lord answers prayers and not complaints, child. Because that was just nothing but a complaint. Because that was horrible. But what say you, Sonny? You been there, you done that, and possibly headed back?
Well, like, I've been on a whole spectrum of things. I've been married, been divorced, shacked up, been single for years, and honestly, it is definitely work. Because even when you shacking up, I mean, you still playing house, and you have to consider that person all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? Though even the way you live your life could affect them. So you might need to make changes to your own life just to make sure that you can accommodate your spouse. Because if you care about that person, some things you're willing to go ahead and change about your life so you can accommodate that spouse. So the way, like Kendra said, the way people are so selfish nowadays, a lot of people are not willing to do that part of, you know, being in a relationship. Like you said, Kendra, they come with all of these standards, and it's like, if you don't meet this, I'm not doing it. And then it's like, okay, but what about you bending? What about you compromising? What about you taking other things into consideration? And then it's just like, no, it's my way or the highway. It's a whole lot of my ways or the highways, you know, on both sides. And I get it. We all want what we want. You know what I'm saying? But I am a firm believer of the 80-20 rule. Like, you are not going to have 100% of what you want. The most you're going to get is probably 80%. You know what I'm saying? And either you take the 80% or you be alone and take 0%. You know, it is what it is, you know? So, yeah, I do agree with everything she said in the video, that don't get married if. I definitely got married really young. And that's how I learned. You know, at that time, it was not for me. I was not, I shouldn't have been married at that time, you know. It was very unilateral and it just didn't work. It didn't work. And it did turn me away for a while on just relationships in general, you know. So I definitely agree with everything she said. I felt like for me, I need to be more mature before I get married again. I didn't want to jump back right into it because my mind was very selfish. Once I left that marriage, it was over. I was selfish. You couldn't ask me to do anything. And I knew I can't have that attitude going into trying to even just being a boyfriend and girlfriend. You just can't have that attitude starting out. So she's correct. You know, I think a lot of these women do it for so they can be memes and be goals for everybody else, you know, because you see them getting divorced quickly. You know, they're not even lasting 5 years. So,
and for the weddings. And I'm with Judge Tola. Judge Tola said she feel like people shouldn't have weddings until they 5th year married. I said,
yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, we went to the courthouse and we're not planning to have a wedding until we're 10 years. That's something to celebrate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we went to a courthouse. It didn't make us or break us. My ring wasn't huge. I didn't get that until, I didn't get my bigger ring until probably, it was like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. And I agree with her too. I feel like you should have something to celebrate, like a milestone to celebrate, your finances by then, you know. Iced Out says, yes, we learn from our failures.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely we do. All right, you guys. So let me go ahead and go to our last topic of discussion for tonight, and we're gonna get you guys out of here. So yeah, okay, it's short and sweet, baby. Short and sweet. People got stuff to do, baby. Okay. All right. So last but certainly not least, okay. So this particular topic is broke but still got love. Okay. So Marcus Graham, okay, stated, "I'm not gonna lie. Even when I was broke, I was loved by women." I think a lot, not all, of the men who say men are only loved unconditionally based on what they can provide haven't accepted they are just unpleasant to date.
Ooh,
Baby. I know, right? Well,
cause that used to always confuse me. I'm so sick of seeing that post because I'm like, I know so many women unconditionally loving broke men. What is y'all talking about?
Yeah.
Who made this up?
Yeah, I'm happy we had a man actually speak out because I've said it before. They've been ugly, they've been fat, they've been broke, and it was just, I love them because I saw past all the imperfections, if you will, and that can be obese or ugly or you know broke. You know what I'm saying? I always we as women, we always pull the potential out of a person. You know, that's why a lot of these NBA stars start out, and I'm not gonna necessarily just say black women, but we know that's what it is, and they cross over. Because I say that because when we say that, when we use that stigma, like, oh man, when NBA players go to white women, they upgrade type of stuff, because we got a lot of success for black women. So I'm not going to say that. What I feel like happens is that they're at a different level and they feel like those objects that they couldn't obtain, they can. Just like that Jaguar that they couldn't afford, they can get. Just like that nice house they can get. Just like that mixed chick that you couldn't get, that white girl you couldn't get. Now all of a sudden you cute to her because you got the money for it. But anyways, I say all that to say that, you know, we pull the potential out of men, you know what I'm saying? And we tend to harp on that. And I hate that too. You know what I'm saying? When they be saying, I'm like, wait, what? Do they not know what we go through, what we accept? They don't do that with us though. Like we saw with that last Uncommon, if I'm not mistaken, was last week or the week before with Derek saying, you know what I'm saying? We gotta have all of this stuff before they even look our way or feel like we meet the mark. So yeah.
Yeah, that was bullcrap. Because I was married to a broke man for 3 years. So, you know, that's just bullcrap, you know. I truly believe it has a lot to do with the unpleasantness. Like, you know, like, for example, and I'm always throwing out stories because I've done a lot of stuff and I've had some adventures. And, like, you know, I remember one time I was dating this guy and y'all, he would talk to me on the phone. We had great phone conversations, great texting conversations. But when we got together, he was just quiet. He didn't say nothing. He would just stare at me the whole time. I would like talk to him, like look at him and say, hey, do you want to do this? And and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not coming back around. So then he would try to get me to come to his house, you know, and then the way he would try to get me to come to his house would be, you know, he would try to send me like unsolicited, you know, pics, you know, that I didn't want. And then, you know, then he would invite me back out. And I ain't gonna lie.
So he could talk then.
Yeah, he could talk then, you know, but then, you know, I wouldn't go over there because I felt uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? But then he would invite me back out. So whenever we went out like 3 or 4 times, I didn't mind the public part because, you know, I like to have fun and I want to be around people. I don't know you to come to your house yet. And he got mad. He was like, you only want to be around me when I'm spending money on you. And I'm like, no, it ain't that. It's just even when we together in public, you don't talk to me. You only talk on the phone. You kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
cold-blooded.
You just kind of strange, and I think that sometimes they don't get that part, like that they are, it could be that, it could be the fact that their house is disgusting. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to spend time with you. A lot of men don't realize how boring they really are. It's like, bro, you are boring.
I think some of them don't think about the personality part. They forget that we do care about personality too.
We care a lot about personality, especially with with the type of women that they're going after. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, when I was in the dating field, like you're going after me and I'm talkative. I like, y'all know my word for people who are born, I call them civilians. That's why I don't do civilians, because they was the main ones who just want to sit there and look at you. Ain't got no personality. They're dull. They don't want to go nowhere. They don't want to do nothing. It's just, just there, and it's like, that's unpleasant. It ain't got nothing to do with your money. You just not cool. I invite you out to places and you keep telling me, nah, I'm not really into that. Okay, so are you not into me? Because I'm a poet, I'm an artist, so I want to bring you into my world. I want to bring you into my entity, so that way you and I can bond and relate, and then I want to come into your world, but all your world consists of is anime and video games. I'm sorry. Like that, to me, that's boring. You wanted somebody who was into that, go date the gamer girl, and maybe for her, like, you won't be unpleasant. But I think, like, they try to go after women who are not technically in their league and get mad that we only come around when the food is offered up or when the money's offered up, because that's how you're gonna spark the interest, because you have no conversation, you have no hobbies. You don't do nothing. You just, you just sitting there, just looking like an old lump on the log, So I agree with Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes men with no money, they could be really fun. They can be really fun, bro. Like, they are creative. Yeah, they are creative. They be like, man, we finna do this. I've had several fun free dates.
Yeah,
free dates.
Walk at the park at the pond.
Yeah. A lot of times, if they're interested, they're going to come up with any type of way to keep you entertained, because they know we like to be entertained. We love to be entertained, I don't know. I think the ones who are saying it, like y'all said, is just boring. They have no personality. They don't know what to do, like, they don't know what to do. They just want to see you. Technically, they just really want to see you. They don't want to, because I've been on walks in the parks. Man, we can go and walk for hours. I would be okay with that. I would have so much fun with that,
Hey. Me too, child. Well, okay. Nothing to say on the topic? She said 1 second.
Oh, I just I thought I started it off, but
she's like, I'm working here.
Busy.
Lord Jesus.
No, you okay? I think you did.
Yeah, I thought I did, but I don't know, because people in my ears, I can't really focus.
No, you okay?
But but yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying I don't know where that come from. I don't know who made that up.
Yeah,
because that I'm just confused.
We know who made it up. Because
I've honestly never even dated somebody that had money.
Right. The ones who was boring. Them the ones who made it up, the ones who don't have no personality and don't know how to do nothing fun. Like, shoot, because honestly, you can also jazz up movie night at the house if you know what you're doing. Y'all can make that whole little scene. Because look, if you got a projection screen, we can make something happen.
Absolutely.
We can definitely make something happen. Also, I've been seeing the ones who also say that. I think they have low self-esteem, y'all, because what I kind of noticed is that the ones who do have, more self-esteem with themselves, or higher self-esteem, they're more confident. Those guys really don't say nothing, because they technically know how to entertain women. You know what I mean? The ones who have low self-esteem, the only way they can get a woman to hang around them is with money anyway.
Yeah.
So that's all they got to offer. And honestly, what they not realizing is that we realize that that's what they all have to offer.
And that's
We not stupid. We not
at all.
stupid. I don't know why men keep thinking we dumb, but we ain't dumb.
Because they used to messing with dumb girls.
We be seeing it. We be seeing who they are, and it's just the fact of the matter is we see it and we choosing that. It's like now, like more so now, we are choosing ourselves, and we are choosing not to deal with certain things. We didn't have as many options way back then.
Yep.
I mean, even in the 90s, it wasn't as many options as far as jobs, as far as outlets and taking care of ourselves. It's like now here we are, in 2023, and women got way too many options to actually sit there and take these boring, unsuccessful, non-giving men. I mean, it's like, sir, if you would have caught us literally 20 years ago, you probably could have had what you wanted.
Had a chance.
You had a chance, but we're 20 years up now, and we're in a world where women are coming up. Yeah. Especially Black women. We are coming up at a rapid rate, and I talk about statistics all the time. We are not trying to be stuck down with somebody who we feel is going to bring us down. Those negative Nancy's that tell you that, I don't want, the guy I was married to didn't even want me to check the mailbox, y'all. I couldn't go check the mailbox because he told me that I had somebody at the mailbox that I was cheating on him with. You know what I'm saying? And that was a good 10, 12 years ago. So even 12 years ago, I was dealing with that. He was controlling, y'all. I couldn't go to the store by myself. I couldn't go to the mail because he saw me walking back with somebody at the mailbox, my neighbor. Oh. And so, it's like nowadays, women are like, before we even get there, we like, bro, we not dealing with this. I would rather we understand the happiness of, I would rather be single and not worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Not having to worry about, pleasing you, you're controlling behind. Because we don't want to be with these controlling men. I think those are the ones who's hollering. Them controlling men who now realize that they have nobody to control anymore. They don't have anybody to run. They can't put up on a pair of shoes and walk all over us. We are now taking back our power. I feel like us as women all together just taking back our power. We're taking back our own control, and we're like, hey, and they're crying. They are on there crying, y'all. They talk about we not feminine no more. They talk about we don't cook no more. Baby, I don't know if y'all seen my plate I made, but we cook.
Yeah, we do.
We cook. I be seeing Kendra's plate. Baby, we cook. We can.
Baby, she can get down, baby.
It ain't like we can't cook. We out here cooking. We out here being good women. But the thing is, we don't want to deal with these men who are not supportive. My husband was not supportive of me, y'all. I was making a lot of money doing hair. He actually made me choose between him and my hair business. Yeah. And we're not, women ain't taking that no more. Women not. So I think that's who's actually making this stuff up. Are the men who has realized that they can no longer manipulate us. They can no longer control us. You know what I'm saying? They can't, and they think that they can dangle some money in our face and we gonna come running. But see, now we making more money than some of them. So now you can't even dangle money in my face, baby. I'm good.
I know that's right. Miranda says, we cook. We just want men that knows his place at the table. Ooh,
she ain't lying.
Yes.
She ain't lying. And then I told my ex one time, I said, as much as y'all complain about us, y'all always talk about y'all don't like how we talk about we outside. We have fun outside. Okay, we having fun outside. Y'all, every time women express that we just having fun and we're loving ourselves, y'all get so mad at the fact that we're loving ourselves and we're having fun doing it. We're embracing our beauty. If a big woman like Lizzo is embracing her beauty, they want to chop her down. If a small woman like Coyle Ray is embracing her beauty, they want to chop her down. You know, if a dark-skinned woman is embracing her beauty, they chop us down. It don't matter what we do. You know, they chop women down all the time.
We the worst to our own people, to be honest with you. It's like we are absolute worst with knocking each other down. They don't have to we knock each other down. It's ridiculous.
And it's always us doing that, you know, telling us that we not good enough. I'm sick and tired of men getting on social media and telling us that we not good enough for this, that, and the third. And it's like, sir, what it is you just mad that you can't tell me what I can do anymore. You know, you're mad at the fact that, you know, I know what I'm good enough for, and I know it ain't you. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not you. I'm really sick and tired of those guys really getting on there and trying to make women feel bad, shaming us for every single thing that we do. I tell them, I'm like, bro, if you are so upset with just me being a woman in general, you might as well go on and be gay, player, because honestly, you know, you complain too much about us. You know, if I go outside and I go outside and I'm at the pool and I'm twerking to my favorite song, I'm all of a sudden for the streets. I can't have fun. I'm for the streets. Nah, if everything I do bothers you, go and be gay. Because you are so happy with those men. You feel like men are so superior. You feel like men know it all and do it all. Well, then go be with that man. Because trust and believe, I'm still going to be happy with my girls. And we ain't going to be studying you none. And I'm starting to see that women more and more are not studying these guys. You know
what? I want to piggyback on that because I, for one, am the type, I like going out. I like hearing music. I don't have to dance up on nobody. I dance by myself. I've always been like that. Like, I just love to catch a vibe and I just get. And sometimes when a dude come dance on me, I be like, this ain't what this is, bro. I'm just, you know, enjoying the music, enjoying my, you know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. We are our own vibe. We are our own vibe.
We are our own vibe. We love ourselves.
We good.
Because I've noticed that when I'm with my girls, I have fun, you know, and we just be with each other, and the energy amongst us is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you be around guys, they're so judgy. They think that everything we do is so we can seduce them. And it's like, bro, I am not trying to seduce you. I am enjoying myself. I don't care nothing about what you coming after. So again, like I said, going back to the topic, them guys who's hollering, oh, don't nobody love us unless we got money. No, sir, you don't even love yourself.
Trash.
You are garbage. That's the problem. Hurt dogs holler, y'all. Yeah. Hurt dogs holler. Because the men who are loved unconditionally, they not saying nothing because they can't relate. They can't relate to them guys. The men who actually love women, we don't hear them complaining about relationships, about how lonely it is out there. About most of the time, they are feminists as well. You know, they piggyback on our love for ourselves, and they enjoy us loving ourselves and being happy. You know what I'm saying? The ones who don't know what to do with us, them the ones I always see complaining. That's why I be sitting here sometimes when I feel like it, I'll jump on there and be like, nah, player, it's you. I know it's you. I know good and well it's you. I've been on lots of dates. I know it's you. I know it's you. You probably boring. And I like to be a little confrontational on Facebook because I just be bored. So I'll get on there and ask them, what do you do for fun? Because if the first thing they fly tell me off is, well, you know, I like to chill. That's how I know it's you. You ain't interested, player. She would rather sit up here in my face than sit in your face, and I'm not even a lesbian. So I know it's you. You know what I'm saying?
Miranda says, we are the worst. That is why I be around like-minded people. I surround myself with women who love women that love themselves. We are worth it, single or not.
Single or not.
Absolutely. So you guys, that is it in regards to all the topics that we have for tonight. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to another installation of Uncommon Opinions. This is episode 6 of one, you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Now we're about to wrap things up and let everybody know where they can connect with you, Sunny. Where can they connect with you, love?
Y'all can find me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as Sunny Love. I'm also on Instagram as Black Sunshine _LLC. I'm an artist, so y'all can view some of my art on my Instagram.
Thank you. And Kate Daniel.
Hey, y'all. Y'all can find me on Instagram and YouTube at K Daniels Designs. Y'all can also find me on Facebook, K Daniels Designs. Y'all can find me on TikTok at the K Daniels. And pray for your girl, because your girl ain't ate in 3 days, and I can finally eat now. So, yes, it's finna be a party.
Oh my gosh, she is an absolute mess. All right, you guys, last but certainly not least, it's your girl, Whitney D. You can find me on Facebook at Whitney Davis, or you can find me on IG at Whitney D_TV, or TikTok at Whitney D TV. Okay, thank you guys so very much, and I will see you guys next week for another installation of Uncommon Opinions. Until then, you guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Until next time, deuces.